Hey man, we're back with another video. You feel me? It's your boy Steve. Today, we got a reaction video, man. We got a reaction video. So I came across this video, right? I was looking at some shit on YouTube. I came across this one video of this bartender giving out game. So we're finna check it out. I heard about the first 2 minutes, and I was like, bro, this shit was terrible. We finna react to it though. So that's what we got going, man. This shit is not game, man, but you know, I'm gonna give my input on it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Y'all think this is game? Y'all think it's not game? Why not? You feel me? What's up? Talk to me. But hey, that's all we got. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. You feel me? We ain't gonna hold it too much longer on the intro. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share it, love it. On the way out. You feel me? It's gonna be a good video, so I'm sure you'll like it. But let's get to it.
For her to remember that interaction and for her to keep wanting more of that interaction, right? How to attract the hottest woman in the nightclub. If she's a 6, if she's a 7, if she's a 5, don't even try this, okay? Because this is only for the bad chicks. This technique that I'm going to show you, I learned it over...
Did he just say this is a technique that only works on something that's subjective? He said this doesn't work on 5, 6, 7s. This only works on 10s. My God, man. I want to hear this. The reason why I'm saying that shit is tomfoolery, because that shit is subjective. What I feel like is a 10 might not be what you think is a 10. And what you think is a 10 is not going to be what I think is a 10, or 8, or 7, or 6. Or what you think is an 8, or 7, or 6. But hey, we're gonna see what he's talking about, man. We're gonna hear him out. We're gonna hear him out, man.
Several years, and I learned it on my own. Okay, so I'm gonna give it to you guys for free. But just make sure that she's either 8, 9, or a 10, or even a stripper. Okay.
Hey, folks, make sure it's an 8, 9, or 10, because the technique's not gonna work. Make sure it's an 8, 9, or 10, because that, yeah, because everybody just walking around with a ranked number on them. You feel me? But let's get to it, man.
Because I'm not really a strip club guy, but the few times that I've been to the strip club, bro, I've had a lot of good success with this technique. Let's just put it that way. So before we explain the technique, I want to go into the problem with attracting the beautiful women, right? What's the issue, right? Because in order to find a solution, we need to find the problem. So there's 2 problems when it comes to attracting the 8s, the 9s, the 10s, and the strippers. Number 1 is they have a higher inflated sense of self-value. What does that mean? They get 50 DMs a day. They get 30 guys walking up to them. You know what I'm saying? They get a bunch of compliments every day. Every time they walk past the dude is turning around and drooling over her, and she sees all that. And that lets her know, hey, I'm sexy. So that starts to increase her perception of her value, right? She starts thinking that she's just above everybody else, which makes it challenging when it comes to trying to bag these women, right? Because as
Yeah, that shit sucked. All right, let's get to it, man. Okay, so he said because people turn around. Okay, first off, he's speaking as if this is a generalized statement. This does not go for every girl or person. Some girls have insecurities. Some girls don't. Most girls do. That's just where it is. Even if guys find them attractive, they still don't see themselves, or they don't have self-confidence. That's just how it is, bro. It's just because people find you attractive doesn't mean they're gonna find themselves attractive. It's okay. You know what? I take it back. They can, but it'll be what's the word? It's like short-term satisfaction, short-term confidence. There you go. Short-term confidence. That's not no long-term. That's not how it works. Because if you don't like yourself the way you are, if you don't have confidence in who you are yourself, it don't matter what anybody else say, because you're still gonna go back to your ways. But let's get to it, man.
As soon as you approach them, they automatically assume that you're beneath them, right? Because they get all this validation, right? They get all this validation that they think that they're so much higher than you. And automatically, as soon as you go to approach them, they're already thinking, oh, he's going to say the same thing everyone else is. He's going to do the same thing everyone else does. He's going to drool over me just like everybody else, right? So she's already categorizing you as beneath her as soon as you approach her. That's the first reason why it makes it challenging, because her inflated sense of self puts her above you. And in order for you to attract a female, you need to be in the same level or at least above her, because women, they're attracted to guys who are at least on the same level socioeconomically or higher. Okay, they don't date attracted to guys who are at least be in the same level or at least above her, because women, in order for challenging, because her inflated sense of self puts her above you. And in order for you to attract a female, you need to be in the same level or at least above her, because women, they're attracted to guys who are at least on the same level socioeconomically or higher. Okay, they don't date lower. That's
I'm just keep it pushing. I'm not even gonna say nothing to that. I don't agree with that statement at all, though. I think if the girl likes you, she's gonna go for you, for who you are, though. Not but based off the resources you giving her and shit, trying to win her over and shit with money and food and shit like that. But just as a person as you are, that's what they go for.
That's the first reason. The second reason is differentiating yourself. Okay, they've heard it all, bro. They've heard a bunch of corny pickup lines.
We still use those?
They've seen it all, right? Guys come up to them asking them the same questions every.
She hasn't seen me. You know what's sad? This mindset is weak. This mindset is weak. If you're saying that she's seen it all, and then you're putting yourself in that category of her seeing you already and other people, that means you're doing what other people are doing. So yes, that's weak. Duh, that's weak. You're doing the same shit. You do what everybody else is doing. So no wonder why she looks at you, like he said, the way she look at you the same as she looks at every other guy. Because you're doing the same weak shit the other guy's doing. Like, come on, bro. That makes no sense, dog. That makes no sense. That makes no sense, man. If you seen a different animal quack, do you think it's a duck? Or something that doesn't look like a duck but it's quacking? You gonna think it's a duck, right? Like, come on now. It makes no sense. Come on, let's keep it pushing.
Every day. What do you do? What's your name? What are you doing here? What do you do for work? All this corny shit, right? And that's one of the biggest mistakes you can do, is ask questions. Okay? It comes across as needy because you're asking her for information about herself. And number two, you're giving her free validation, which positions you lower than her, right? Because if you treat her like a superstar or like a star, she's gonna treat you like a fan. If you treat her like a celebrity, she's gonna treat you like a fan. And as soon as you start asking her questions, what's your name? What are you doing?
Okay, it doesn't, just because you ask her questions doesn't mean that you're validating her, or you're just giving. No, not to some part of that, it is true, because if you just asking her, okay, let's say you don't have a plan, right? You just go up and talk to her. You're beating around the bush, so you just want her. You damn near just want her attention because you just want to be around her. You want to be an orbiter. So you asking 1,001 questions, random questions that ain't got nothing to do with the game plan you should have for while you're talking to her. For instance, let's say I'm going for a girl, right? I see her, she looks bad. I want to ask her out on a date. I walk up to her, start talking to her. We talking about, yeah, okay, look, the name is fine. You know, small stuff. Name, probably like her situation, where she stay at, where she live at. That's cool. And then, but when you start asking about like the job, your background history, shit, sports, a car, a cat, her family, just a bunch of random shit, and you just trying to, you know what I'm saying? You just saw her, you just trying to holler at her, and you talking about a whole bunch of random shit. Yeah, that's validating her. That's validating her because you're just giving her free time. And you know that's not what you're there for. You just dry talking to her about some random shit, knowing damn well you don't want to talk about her cat Sally and Sam, her ex-boyfriend. But you just there to talk to her because you just want to be around her. And essentially you're validating her because girls like non-sexual attention for guys. Let's get to it.
She's already thinking, oh, this guy's already into me. He's like thinking I'm sexy and shit. So she's going to position you like you're beneath her because you're needy, right? You're giving her this validation. You're putting her on a pedestal. You're doing what everyone else does. So that's number two. The problem is differentiating yourself. Now, this technique addresses both of those issues, and I think this is the most.
I don't know what he's gonna say, but what I'm gonna say is, if you want to differentiate yourself from others, be yourself, talk the way you want to talk, of course, respectfully. Get your point across, get in, get out. That's how you be different. Just act the way you don't act. Say what you want to say, get your point across, get in, get out. That's how you be different.
This is the single most important technique to understand when it comes to night game, right? Because there's several things. There's things that are called like openings, openers. Then there's like other techniques, and then there's different phases, right? Taking them through that roller coaster phase and all this shit. But if you just get down this technique, this, in my opinion, is the most important technique to understand, okay? And I like to call it the backhanded compliment, okay? The backhanded compliment. I also like to call it banter, okay? Now, what does this do? When you give someone a backhanded compliment, in this case, a beautiful female, when you banter her, when you give her a satirical joke, a sarcastic joke, right? Even a semi-insult, right? Or a masked insult. What it does, it automatically starts lowering her sense of value. As soon as you, let's say you point out an imperfection that she has, right? Or a defect that she has, it starts positioning you in a level playing field. And if you do it correctly enough, you start gaining points above her, right? So for example, most guys are used to coming up to her and saying,
that's crazy. Let's run that back one more time before I say something.
Starts positioning you in a level playing field, and if you do it correctly enough, you start gaining points above her, right? So for example, most guys are used to coming up to her and saying, oh, you look beautiful, or what's your name, right? That's already creating a sense of, okay, she's above me, right? I'm needy, I'm asking her. I'm already telling her subconsciously that I'm into her, so she's already going to categorize me along with everyone else, right?
This man just said you can't even compliment women. God damn. Boy, oh boy. There's nothing wrong with complimenting women. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, come on now. There's nothing wrong with complimenting women. And also about this backhanded compliment shit, I don't know what that's about. That is some tomfoolery. That's some tomfoolery. He said to, hold on, what did he say? He said to, this man said to basically give a joke / insult. Hell nah, bro. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? A joke / insult. I want to hear what he has to say though. Let's hear what he has to say.
But if you open her up by saying, hey, excuse me, is that a weave? And she's gonna be like, what? Or she might even like give you like a mad look, right? And then you can say something like, it's borderline suspect, but it still looks nice anyways. You see, so right off.
Why the we too grown to be saying some dumb shit like that? It's borderline suspect, but it looks good anyways, bro. Oh my god. Oh man. Please, hey folks, if you try this, please let me know how it goes. Please let me know how it goes. Jesus Christ, this is some childish shit right here, man.
Off the rip, you're not giving her that free validation that's going to position you in a disadvantage, right? You're level the playing field by bringing her down. You're asking her if it's a fucking weave, bro. It's like an insult. It's like a backhanded compliment, right? Hey, that's a nice looking weave you got, right? There's several different techniques and examples that I have. So let's say you're at a strip club, right? And this is actually a true story. I'm standing at the bar ordering my drink, and I see a shorty that's walking up to me. We make a little brief eye contact. I kind of hold it for a second just to test it. And she pulls up right next to me, and she grabs my arm, rests her head on my shoulder, and tells me, hey, handsome. Typical stripper shit, right? They're trying to make some bread, right? So typical stripper shit. Most guys, what would they have done? They probably would have melted. They probably would have been like, hey, beautiful. Or they probably would have been like, thank you, or some corny ass shit, right? But you know what I...
Or just say, how you doing? What's good? like, yo, come on, man. Come on now.
Said, I was like, whoa, I'm taken. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, I'm taken. So basically what you're doing is you're rejecting her, which means that you're devaluing her.
You know what this is, man? when they hear shit like this is basically going sass for sass with girls. This shit is stupid. You going sass for sass. You're lying, saying that you're taking, but you're not taking, and that shit is stupid. Now, if you're not interested, just say you're not interested. But you're interested, but you're trying to devalue her so you can seem you're above her. But if you have to do that, that means you don't have power, or you don't think you have power to begin with. Come on, dog. How does that make sense? Oh my God, please make that make sense, man. It don't.
So instead of her sensing herself that she's above you, she starts thinking like, damn, okay, this guy isn't like the other guys, or damn, this guy has probably had beautiful women before, right? So it's all about devaluing and positioning yourself above her, right? So I told her, whoa, I'm taken. And then she looked at me.
I just realized if you're not taking, you lied about that shit to a girl to impress her, you're simping. I'm gonna tell you why. Because, okay, simping is when you do something to impress the girl, or to try to impress the girl. Now, the usual way is taking her out to dinner, even when you don't want to, trying to do extravagant shit, even though that's not normally shit you would do. Now, what he just said is, look, I'm gonna lie to you, but to impress you. So you're doing the same thing a simp would do. So you're still simping. It's just in a different. It's just in a different way. You're still simping. Nah, bro, this ain't it, man. Oh my God, this shit is
Looked
not
at
it.
me, and she gave a little pause, and then I said, "But you know what? I'm gay anyway, so it don't even matter, right?" But when I said it very like seductively and masculine, so it would be obvious that I'm not gay. So I was like, "But I'm gay anyway, so it's all good." And then she started laughing, right? So what does that do? Basically, it's a push-pull kind of dance, right? You give her a little insult, you give her a little rejection, right? Basically, I told her, listen, I'm taken, but I'm not even into you anyways because I'm gay, right? So I'm already like rejecting her, right? I'm telling her that I'm not interested in her, but she can stick around anyways. Most guys would have completely fucked that up, and they would have complimented her and given her validation and done what every other simp does, okay?
Jesus Christ, man. Man, bro. You know, I'm gonna run it back. I want to hear that shit one more time, just to process this dumbass shit.
Hey, right? So I'm already like rejecting her, right? I'm telling her that I'm not interested in her, but she can stick around anyways. Most guys would have completely fucked that up, and they would have complimented her and given her validation and done what every other simp does, okay? But that's wrong because you're not positioning yourself as higher value. So that's how I was opened up with her, right? And then later on in the interaction, there was another example where she told me, "Hey, I like your nose piercing," right? And she told me that, and then I looked at her. Now, what would most guys have done? Most guys would have been like, "Oh, thank you," right? Most guys would have been like, "Oh, thank you," or some corny shit, right? You know what I did? I was like, "Where's your nose piercing," right? The reason I asked her was because she had already pointed out that the nose piercing is dope, is rad, it's cool. So I was already trying to ask her, like, "Where's yours then?" Like, basically making her qualify herself to me, right?
Bro, this is how y'all get put in the friend zone, bro. First you talking about something. Oh, you on my arm? Oh, I'm taken, but I'm gay, so. Bro, that's how you get friend zone. What the? You're saying some dumb shit. Like, what? Then you tell me some, where's your nose ring? Because he has a nose ring, bro. That sounds like some best friend shit. I got a nose ring. Where's your nose ring, girl? Oh, I wish I had my voice changer, man. Oh my gosh, I'd be acting a fool on here. But that shit was stupid, bro. This whole technique he has for getting girls is stupid.
And she went on to say, like, "Oh, I don't have one, but when I was a kid, one of my friends, they tried to open a piercing in my nose and it didn't work out." So she's basically qualifying. She's explaining herself to me as to why she doesn't have a nose piercing, right? And then I told her, "Oh, I think I see it. Was it on the right one?" Because she actually had a mole. She had a mole on the right nostril. So I was being sarcastic, and I was like, "Oh, I think I can see the scar. Was it on that right side?" And she was like, "Actually, it was." And I was like, yeah, I think I see a scar. So what am I doing here? I'm semi-insulting her, right? Basically pointing out a defect in her, a scar. So instead of her being up here like I'm beautiful and I'm sexy, you're pointing out that she has a fucking scar on her fucking face. So she's coming down here. And she's like, no, that's a mole. And I was like, oh, they were probably trying to cover up that mole. So what am I doing? I'm further bringing her down and bringing her ego down, right? So I can gain a positioning above her, right?
Or just saying a bunch of dumb shit. Like, you doing all this to try to prove that you're above her. You gotta prove that you're above her. You're not above her at all. And it's because of the shit you saying. This mindset. This mindset is so weak. This shit is weak, dog.
And the way that you know that you're doing this right is if they laugh, okay? Because it's not really meant to like insult them, right? You don't want to get them mad or angry, right? You want to get them cheerful, playful, and you kind of want her thinking like, okay, this guy's different, this guy's above me. So if she's laughing like playfully, that's how you know you're doing this correctly. And you kind of want to gauge the person that you're having a conversation with based on their facial expressions, right? If you're playing with banter and she starts getting real angry or upset, that's when you give a little bit, right? That's when you give a little bit, right? So let's say you open up like, hey, excuse me, is that a weave? And you see she's getting like real angry. That's when you lighten it up and say, it's borderline suspect, but it looks nice anyways, right? So you kind of want to give a little push and pull. But
Bro.
you'll find that the most good-looking girls, they can tolerate a lot of banter. And they love that shit, right? Because since they've been given so much validation, there's something in the human brain, there's dopamine that gets released once a human experiences novelty. This is like a psychological mechanism, right? When humans experience novelty, there's a dopamine that starts rushing the brain, which makes the human want to continue the interaction and remember the interaction, right? So I'm pretty sure 99% of dudes don't devalue her. 99% of dudes don't give her a backhanded compliment. 99% of dudes don't semi-insult her, right? So this new kind of experience for her is also giving her an emotional response, a psychological response in her brain for her to remember that interaction and for her to keep wanting more of that interaction, right? So these are just some of the examples of like backhanded compliments or banter that you can use during a conversation, even to open up. Like I gave you that example about the weave. Another one is if you're talking to the girl, right, and she's talking pretty close to you, you can just take out a piece of gum from your pocket and say, here, take this, right? And you kind of want to say it almost as if you're a little annoyed, but kind of jokingly. Don't just say, do you want gum? No, just be like, here, take this. She's going to look at it. She's going to be like, what are you trying to say? You know what I'm saying? You basically insinuating that she has bad breath, right? You basically want to point out any defects or anything that you can gain to gain some sort of leverage and points to get yourself in a position above her, right? So these are the techniques that's going to allow you to actually have a fair chance when it comes to creating attraction with these women. So really, this entire technique is about positioning yourself as higher value. So
So your technique for attracting women is to devalue them? Boy, oh boy, you was too old for this, man. Fuck, you was too old for this shit, man. Oh my god, you are too old for this shit. My gosh.
looks up to you, figuratively speaking, and then differentiating yourself, right? So there's another example I have with this. There was one time I was going out. It was like a Thursday night. I was going out to the Bronx, and I walked into the club, and I could see through the corner of my eye. I was like, yeah, this bottle girl is looking at me for sure. So I was just standing there, just chilling. We was ordering our drinks, and she came up to the table and she said, "How'd you get your ass like that?" Right? She was pointing at my ass on some no homo shit, right? And sometimes I do go out with some tight pants, right, or like trousers, which is also another technique I like to use, right? You want to differentiate yourself by standing out. You don't want to look just like everybody else. You want to have your own style, whether it's like a big ass beard like I used to have. Just having that beard, bro, I would get at least 3 women coming up to me every single night I step out, just from that beard alone. Either
Okay, and they asked about the beard and what happened with them afterwards. Come on, bro. It's just a beard. It's not you. The my god. It's funny because I listen to this shit, man. It really just fucks up my brain cells, bro. Like, bro just said, okay, no, it's cool to dress different. It's cool to dress different if you're dressing in a way that you prefer to dress. Now, if you're doing it because you want to look different from everybody else, that's where you're fucking up, because you're looking from the outside in instead of from the inside out. This is what I want to wear. I just want to show y'all what I like to wear. But you want to, but in the way he's talking, he's saying that, like, okay, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something different for the people, not for me, for the people. So I'm gonna wear a long ass beard, even though I don't fucking like a long ass beard. And plus, cause the girls like it. Like, it's stupid, dog. Just do what you want to do, and the people that is gonna like you, is gonna gravitate towards you. And that's not just based off dressing and shit. That's off mouthpiece and personality shit too. Let's get back to it, man.
I like your beard, or wow, that beard. And those are all like convo starters. That's when you start running your game. So in this case, I was wearing my fitted tight pants, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, damn, how'd you get your ass like that, right? So I looked at her. I looked down and up at her. And I saw that she had a couple of surgeries done, right? She probably had like a BBL. But on some real shit, this was probably one of the baddest bottle girls I've ever seen. And I don't even like bottle girls like that, because a lot of them are plastic as fuck. But this one was like a happy medium, bro. So I was like, okay. So I told her, you know, I just got a couple of surgeries and I got a BBL, you know. And she started kind of smiling because she knew I was being sarcastic, right? And then she said, too bad you're cute, though, because the cute guys are always boring, right? So she was basically shit testing me. That's called a shit test. We can go into that different video. But she was basically shit testing me. She was like, you're cute, but you're probably boring as fuck. So I said, yeah, you're right. I'm boring as fuck. But you look like you're a lot of fun, though. That's what I told her, right? So what was I doing? I was taking her shit test and turning it around into a backhanded compliment. It's not even a compliment. It's more of like a banter, right? She's obviously beautiful, right? But I basically called her ugly because I told her that she looks like she's a lot of fun. She said cute guys are boring and the ugly guys are fun. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of turned around and kind of gave her a little backhanded compliment. And from there, we had a conversation. She ended up giving me her number and shit, whatever. But that's basically what you want to do your whole night, bro. You want to banter and be playful and position yourself as higher value. As soon as I said that shit to her, she was like, I like this guy, you know? Because most guys, they would have like bent over backwards for her. They would have said thank you, or they would have like done some corny ass sim shit. You never want to do that. You never want to compliment a woman, and you never.
Oh my god, there's nothing wrong with complimenting women. You know, actually, you going up to talk to the girl is because you find her attractive, is in some way a compliment, because you decide to acknowledge her as a person, go talk to her. Come on, dog.
I want to give them validation, because as soon as you do, the game is over, right? As soon as you do that, the roller coaster ride you're trying to take her on, in order to tap into her mental mechanisms of emotion, before you ever get a chance to take her through that ride, it's gonna end, because you're already giving her that validation. So you never want to give her that validation or the compliments, because that's what everyone else does, and that's gonna position you as lower value. Okay. So this is gonna be uploaded on Friday. So I want some of you guys to go out and try some of this shit. Okay.
Please, if you watch this channel, please look, folks. If you're new to the channel and you believe this shit, please try this shit and put it in the comment section below what you like, your results or some shit. Please, I beg you, please. I want to hear y'all's stories.
And I guarantee that you're gonna have good results. But just make sure that these women are good looking, because if they're not, then
don't forget, they gotta be 10s though. You feel me? They gotta be 10s. They can't be no, what do you say, 7, 6, 5s. You know what I'm saying? They gotta be 10s or strippers, because you know a job just a job. Bro, he is saying a job or a 10 is the only way this technique works, dog. Bro, I just realized a specific job you have, or you have to be a 10. I don't know who who's giving them a 10, because that's subjective. But they have to be a 10 or a stripper for this technique to work. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. Make sure you go for 10s and make sure they're a stripper.
And you're just gonna end up hurting their self-esteem, and she might start crying, or she might get actually offended, right? But there's a lot of ways you can do this. Even like mid-conversation, let's say you've been talking for 10-15 minutes, as you're giving her eye contact and shit, right? You never want to over invest in the conversation, so act nonchalant. You know, you can talk to her through the side, but don't over invest. Don't seem like you're overly interested in the conversation. Just regular, chill. You know what I'm saying? You can just randomly say like, hey, I like your left eye, right? I like your left eye, right? Kind of banter her a little bit. She's gonna be like, what do you mean? I'm like, you can say like, oh, it's just a little smaller than the other one, right? And then you start judging her facial expression, right? If she starts getting mad or like super insecure, you can be like, oh, but it's still cute anyways, right? Or just play around with that kind of playful backhanded compliments. You never want to show direct interest, especially not at first. The goal is to take them through that roller coaster that I was talking about, getting them to experience a wide range of emotions.
Bro. Hey, man. This man said you give him backhanded compliments to give him an emotional roller coaster. You give them an emotional roller coaster by showing them the experience of what it's like to be with or around you. The places you take her, whatever activity you have planned, that you already had planned, that you want her to accompany you on, your favorite go-to spot, your favorite drink spot, stuff like that. Not by no goddamn backhanded compliments and whatever the fuck this man just said. Jesus Christ.
Which is what ends up building attraction. Okay?
Excuse me.
But that was the video, bro. That's pretty much the art of the backhanded compliment. If you guys found that helpful, like the video. And if you've ever tried that before, let me know in the comments, bro. Because I want the other guys to see that this stuff actually works, right? But having game is not gonna make up for lack of looks, right? You guys need to be in the gym. We always talk about that. You need to have your look together. You need to look clean. You need to smell good. But having game is what's gonna seal the deal, bro. Because you can look good, but if you're boring as fuck, you're not gonna cash in on a lot of prizes. So you want to use these techniques, try them out, and I guarantee it's gonna give you massive success, especially in the strip clubs, bro. That I can make a whole separate video on that. But man, there's been times when, you know what I'm saying, even a technique to get like free dances, right? There's different things you can do to differentiate yourself from everyone else who's just a customer, who's drooling over them, right? You walk into a strip club, don't even look at them, bro. Don't even look at them. Don't drool over them. Look at them in the eyes. Never look at their body. They're going to feel insecure just being around you. They're going to be like, why isn't this guy paying?
Don't even look at their body. Look at them in their eyes. What? You're telling, bro, dudes, the technique is to not check out girls now. Oh my god. Hey, man. Oh my gosh.
Paying attention to, right? You want to make them feel a little insecure, right? And then on top of that, you're doing the backhanded compliments, the banter, the confidence, all that stuff. So let me know what y'all thought of the video. SouthPawHuncho checking out.
Yeah, no, this shit ain't game, brother. I ain't gonna lie. This shit is not game. This shit is not game, bro. And I just realized every every example he gave is when the girl went up to him, and then he proceeded to use his little backhanded compliment shit. And one was a worker. Come on, bro. That's not game, bro. This shit's not game. This shit's not game. And you got no confidence, because if you gotta lie and say that you're fake taken and fake gay just to seem above her, this is how bad it is. You can't use your own personality and your own personal style in expressing yourself to show that you're different. You have to use shit like goddamn, I'm taken, or backhanded compliments and shit, just to devalue her. Then you gotta devalue her. We ain't even gonna get to that, but you gotta devalue her just to get her to be attracted to you, bro. This shit makes no sense. This shit hurts my head. Oh my god, I'm about to go get some air. But before we do, let's go and check out these comments, man. Let's see what these shit's talking about, man. Whoever thinks this game is a fool, if a girl likes you and shows you eye contact, you can ask her almost anything because she likes you. Okay, that ask almost anything because she likes you is crazy. Eye contact doesn't mean that she likes you, but you know, the problem is dudes is approaching girls that don't like them. You won't know if the girl likes them unless you approach. And plus, hold on. Yeah, you won't know if the girl likes you if you don't approach. Sure, oftentimes the girl won't know if she'll like you until you approach. She might be like, shit, he looks attractive, but if he doesn't come talk to me, I don't like him because he's not confident. He keeps looking at me. Yeah, he keeps looking at me. He keeps looking at me, but he's not saying nothing. So there's that. Okay. I've been interacting with it. Just play for better all the person. Your vibe is the key she needs to feel. Can't wait to without her. Now this, hold on, let me read this again. I've been trying to. I can definitely say this last part right here. Yeah, if a girl feels like you need her, you're validating her, and you're devaluing yourself. Like that's fucking crazy. Your vibe. I'll just say your actions. I wouldn't say your. Yeah, same difference, I guess. But your actions should show like, if you're with me or without me, I'm still doing the same thing I'm doing now. And it's not on no to prove her wrong and shit. That's the truth. I'm still the way I walked up to you and you declined the offer. I'm gonna turn around and walk to another girl and do the same thing. Like that's just how the game goes. Bro said 100% facts. Crazy how this actually works. Just be 6'3" and handsome and ripped. Negative. Bro, when I hear shit like this, bro, it's like judging, saying you have to be a certain height, handsome and ripped. Handsome. Now this part right here is throwing me off, this handsome part, because that means I don't know what you mean by handsome, but it sounds like you have to be a specific type to be handsome. Like you can't just be yourself. Like the word handsome is subjective, but y'all trying to make it a specific thing. It makes no sense. And ripped, that's fucking crazy. Bro, why you giving my game away? That's that game, man. Okay, let's go ahead and end this video, man. SouthPawHuncho, that shit was not that shit's crazy. Yeah, let's go back. Let's go back to the goddamn. Yeah, man, that's all we got for this video, you feel me? That's all we got for this video. It's your boy Steve. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the video, man. Do y'all think this is a game? Why not? You feel me? But this shit ain't it, bro. This shit is not it. That shit wasn't it, man. But yeah, that's all I got for now, man. Make sure I stay tuned. I'm on the road to 150. I got plenty other videos dropping. Also, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Comment if you got a comment. Like if you haven't liked, you feel me? And stay tuned to the video, you feel me? Make sure you hit that notification bell. But that's all we got for now, man. We are out of here. Get the egg.